Hey everybody, I'm going to try to keep this video brief. You're probably sick of listening to me ramble on for 5 minutes at a time. So as you can see, I've implemented the HMD warp shader and the chromatic aberration correction, which means that if you're not looking on a rift, the image will look like it has barrel distortion and that the colors aren't aligned properly. But on the rift, everything is perfect. I'm using the July 2013 standard Epic main branch normal version UDK and using DLL bind to access the data from the Oculus Rift. Probably some of you want to know why I'm doing this when Oculus has their own build of UDK. And the reason is that the Oculus build of UDK implements a lot of things natively, which means if you don't like it, you can't change it, because you don't have access to native code if you're a UDK user. You'd have to get a full UE3 license in order to change that. So if you're happy with the Oculus implementation and if the control setup work for your game, like for example if your camera is always going to be oriented to the ground, you're fine. But my camera is always going to be oriented to the ground because I'm going to have vehicles later. Also, the Oculus UDK automatically sets the camera's orientation to that of the Oculus Rift, with yaw offset depending on how your character is oriented in the world. This doesn't work for me because my cameras are attached to my player's eyes via sockets, and then I use the orientation from the Oculus Rift to drive animations of the character actually bending over, or turning his head up, or leaning to the side. That sort of thing. Also, in the Oculus UDK, you use mouse to turn. And for me, it makes sense for you to just automatically turn to face whatever you're looking at. So if I put my head right over my shoulder, like this, I'm turning around pretty quick, and then I can, if I want to look at that cube, I look at that cube, and I turn to face the cube. It's that simple. And if you want to turn your head around without turning your body, you can just hold down the button, and then you can turn all around without turning your body. So I also, in my project, have integrated the Razer Hydras, which allow me to control my character's arms. Which brings me to another difference between the Oculus integration and my integration. The Oculus integration, both the left and right views are parallel, and in mine they there's a trace that goes out from the character's face, and then they converge using scale control lookouts. I don't know if that actually makes a big difference or not. That's all I have for now. Woo!